In the annals of ancient faith, few narratives resonate with such profound spiritual depth and intricate design as the quest for Isaac's wife. It is a story woven with threads of obedience, unwavering faith, and the unmistakable hand of divine providence, guiding destinies across vast desert lands. This journey, undertaken by a loyal servant, stands as a testament to the power of seeking and trusting in a higher purpose. The patriarch Abraham, now advanced in years, stood at the pinnacle of a life blessed beyond measure. The Almighty had showered him with prosperity, granting him flocks, herds, silver, gold, and servants, fulfilling promises made long ago. Yet one crucial task remained, a matter of profound spiritual consequence for the lineage promised by God. Abraham summoned his most trusted and senior servant, a man whose loyalty and wisdom were beyond question. The patriarch laid upon him a mission of unparalleled importance: to secure a wife for his beloved son, Isaac. This was no ordinary errand. It was a sacred trust, vital for the continuation of the covenant. The instructions were precise, leaving no room for misinterpretation. Isaac was not to take a wife from among the daughters of the Canaanites, the people inhabiting the land where Abraham now dwelled. Their ways were not the ways of Abraham's God, and their influence could corrupt the purity of the promised line. Instead, the servant was commanded to journey to Abraham's homeland, to the land of his kindred. There, among his own people, he was to find a suitable bride for Isaac, ensuring the preservation of their heritage and faith. This directive underscored the importance of spiritual alignment in the foundational union of Isaac's life. The servant, understanding the gravity of the task, raised a practical concern. What if the woman, once found, refused to follow him back to a foreign land? Would Isaac then be permitted to return to his ancestral home to claim her? Abraham's response was immediate and firm, revealing the depth of his faith and understanding of God's plan. Isaac must never return to that land. The divine promise was for this land, Canaan, and Isaac's destiny was rooted here. To return would be to doubt the very covenant God had established. Abraham then offered a profound assurance, a cornerstone of faith for the servant's journey. He declared that the Lord, the God of heaven, who had brought him from his father's house, would send his angel before the servant. This divine messenger would ensure the success of the mission, clearing the path and guiding every step. With this divine guarantee, the servant understood the spiritual weight of his undertaking. He swore an oath to Abraham, placing his hand under his master's thigh, a solemn vow binding him to the sacred task. The oath was clear. He would seek a wife for Isaac from Abraham's kin, and he would not allow Isaac to return to that land. However, Abraham, in his wisdom, also provided a contingency, a release from the oath's burden. If, despite all efforts, the woman proved unwilling to follow, the servant would be absolved of his vow. This clause acknowledged human free will while still emphasizing the divine intention behind the quest. With the sacred mandate firmly impressed upon his heart, the servant began his meticulous preparations. He selected 10 of his master's camels, beasts of burden renowned for their endurance across vast distances. These camels would carry not only the servant and his retinue, but also a rich array of gifts, tokens of Abraham's wealth and esteem, intended for the prospective bride and her family. His destination was clear: Nahor, the city where Abraham's brother Nahor had settled. This was the ancestral homeland, the place where the servant hoped to find the woman destined for Isaac. The journey itself was arduous, traversing deserts and ancient trade routes, a testament to the servant's dedication and the importance of his mission. Upon reaching the outskirts of Nahor, as evening approached and women typically came out to draw water, the servant paused. he made his camels kneel down by the well, a place of gathering and vital sustenance. It was here, at this crucial juncture, that he turned his heart heavenward, pouring out a prayer of profound faith and specific request. He addressed the Lord, the God of his master Abraham, pleading for success on this day. He asked for a clear sign, a divine confirmation that would leave no doubt as to God's chosen one. His prayer was not vague, it was a bold proposition, a test designed to reveal not only the right woman but also her character. The servant proposed that when he asked a young woman for a drink from her jar, she would not only offer him water, but also generously offer to water his camels. This act of unsolicited kindness and hospitality, especially towards 10 thirsty camels, would be the unmistakable sign. It would reveal a heart of compassion, diligence, and selfless service, qualities essential for Isaac's future wife. Even before the servant had finished uttering his heartfelt prayer, a young woman emerged from the city. Her name was Rebekah, and she was the daughter of Bethuel, who was the son of Milcah, Abraham's brother Nahor. Her appearance at that precise moment, just as the servant concluded his petition, was nothing short of miraculous, a clear indication of divine timing. Rebekah carried her water jar upon her shoulder, a picture of grace and purpose. As she descended to the spring, filled her jar, and ascended again, the servant watched with bated breath. He quickly approached her, his heart pounding with anticipation, and made his request. "Oh, please, let me drink a little water from your jar," he asked. Without hesitation, Rebekah lowered her jar from her shoulder and offered it to him, saying, "Drink, my lord." Her immediate compliance and respectful demeanor were the first confirmations of his prayer. But then, she went further, fulfilling the precise terms of his proposed sign. After he had finished drinking, she declared, "I will draw water for your camels also, until they have finished drinking." This unsolicited offer, born of a generous spirit, astonished the servant. She quickly emptied her jar into the trough and ran back to the well to draw more water. She continued to draw for all his camels until they had all drunk their fill, a task requiring considerable effort and time. The servant watched her in silent wonder, his mind racing, trying to discern if the Lord had truly made his journey prosperous. Once the camels had finished drinking, the servant took out a golden nose ring, weighing half a shekel, and 2 golden bracelets for her wrists, weighing 10 shekels. These were not mere trinkets, but valuable gifts, signifying his master's wealth and the importance of his mission. He then inquired about her family, asking, "Whose daughter are you? Please tell me, is there room in your father's house for us to spend the night?" His questions were direct, seeking to confirm her lineage and the possibility of lodging. Rebekah's reply confirmed his deepest hopes. She revealed that she was the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, whom she bore to Nahor. She further assured him, "We have plenty of straw and fodder, and room to spend the night." The pieces of the divine puzzle were falling perfectly into place. Overwhelmed with gratitude and awe, the servant bowed his head and worshipped the Lord. He offered heartfelt thanks to the God of his master Abraham, who had not forsaken his steadfast love and faithfulness. He recognized that the Lord had led him directly to the house of his master's relatives, fulfilling Abraham's mandate with astonishing precision. Rebekah, her heart likely stirred by the encounter and the unexpected gifts, ran home to tell her mother's household all that had transpired. Her brother, Laban, hearing of the gifts and the stranger's words, rushed out to meet the man at the well. He saw the nose ring and the bracelets on his sister's hands, tangible proof of the encounter. Laban, a man of hospitality and perhaps also of shrewdness, warmly welcomed the servant. "Come in, you who are blessed by the Lord," he said. "Why do you stand outside? I have prepared the house and a place for the camels." He brought the servant into the house, unloaded the camels, and provided straw and fodder for them, and water for the servant and his men to wash their feet. Before partaking of any food, the servant declared that he would not eat until he had presented his message. He then recounted the entire story, beginning with Abraham's greatness and the blessings bestowed upon him by God. He spoke of Abraham's advanced age and how the Lord had blessed his master in every way, making him exceedingly rich. He detailed how Abraham had given all his possessions to Isaac, establishing him as the sole heir. Then he explained the crucial mission, Abraham's solemn oath, his command not to take a wife from the Canaanites, but to seek one from his own family and homeland. He reiterated Abraham's unwavering faith that the Lord would send his angel to ensure success. The servant then described his arduous journey and his arrival at the well. He recounted his specific prayer to the Lord, asking for a clear sign to identify the chosen woman. He vividly described Rebekah's timely appearance and how she had perfectly fulfilled every detail of his proposed test, offering water not only to him, but also to all his thirsty camels. He emphasized his immediate recognition of God's hand in the encounter, his subsequent inquiry about her lineage, and the joyous discovery that she was indeed Abraham's grandniece. He concluded by giving thanks to God for leading him directly to his master's brother's house, leaving no doubt that this entire sequence of events was divinely orchestrated. Laban and Bethuel, having heard the servant's compelling account, recognized the undeniable truth of his words. They responded with profound acknowledgement, stating, "The thing has come from the Lord. We cannot speak to you bad or good." They understood that this was not a matter of human negotiation alone, but a clear manifestation of God's will. With this understanding, they gave their consent for Rebekah to become Isaac's wife. "Here is Rebekah. Take her and go," they declared. "Let her be the wife of your master's son, as the Lord has spoken." Their acceptance was not merely a familial agreement, but an affirmation of divine decree. While Rebekah's direct agreement was not explicitly sought at this immediate moment, her family's consent, given with such conviction, implied her initial willingness to consider the proposal. The weight of divine guidance, as presented by the servant, would have been a powerful influence. Following the family's consent, the servant, filled with gratitude, bowed himself to the ground and worshipped the Lord. He then brought forth precious gifts of silver and gold jewelry and fine clothing, presenting them to Rebekah. He also gave costly gifts to her brother and her mother, further cementing the bond between the families and honoring their acceptance. The servant and his men then ate and drank and spent the night there. The next morning he arose and declared, "Send me away to my master." He was eager to return, his mission accomplished, to deliver the good news to Abraham. However, Rebekah's brother and mother requested a delay. "Let the young woman remain with us a few days, perhaps 10, they pleaded. "After that she may go." They wished for a little more time with their daughter before her departure to a new life in a distant land. But the servant, ever mindful of his master's urgency and the divine impetus behind his journey, insisted on returning promptly. "Do not delay me," he urged, "since the Lord has made my journey prosperous. Send me away, that I may go to my master." He understood that divine timing often demanded swift action. Faced with the servant's insistence, and recognizing the hand of God in the matter, they decided to consult Rebekah directly. "We will call the young woman and ask her," they said. This was a crucial moment, giving Rebekah agency in her own destiny. They called Rebekah and asked her, "Will you go with this man?" Her answer was unequivocal, a testament to her faith and courage. "I will go," she declared. Her immediate consent, without hesitation, sealed her destiny and affirmed the divine leading. With Rebekah's willing agreement, the preparations for departure were swiftly made. They sent away their sister Rebekah with her nurse and Abraham's servant and his men. A blessing was bestowed upon Rebekah by her family, a prayer for her fruitfulness, and for her descendants to possess the gates of their enemies. Meanwhile, Isaac, unaware of the precise timing of their arrival, was in the Negeb, a semi-arid region in the southern part of Canaan. He had gone out to meditate in the field toward evening, perhaps reflecting on his life, his mother's recent passing, and the anticipation of his future. As he lifted his eyes, he saw camels approaching in the distance. At the same moment, Rebekah also looked up and saw Isaac. She quickly dismounted from her camel, a gesture of respect and perhaps a touch of modesty. She inquired of the servant, "Who is that man walking in the field to meet us?" The servant replied, "It is my master." Upon hearing this, Rebekah took her veil and covered herself, a traditional gesture of modesty and deference before her future husband. When they finally met, the servant recounted to Isaac all the events of his journey, every detail of the divine guidance, the providential encounter, and Rebekah's willing consent. Isaac listened intently, his heart surely stirred by the miraculous unfolding of God's plan. Isaac then brought Rebekah into the tent of Sarah, his mother. He took her as his wife, and he loved her. In Rebekah, Isaac found solace and comfort after the death of his mother. This union, orchestrated by divine hand and sealed by human obedience, marked a pivotal moment in the unfolding narrative of God's covenant people, a testament to faith, guidance, and the enduring power of a love divinely ordained.